Hello, I'm Hal Lublin.
And I'm Mark Gagliardi.
Since the dawn of humanity, one issue has gone unsettled. With the fate of the world in the balance, we're here to settle, once and for all.
Band?
Or DJ! That's right. Don't worry, everyone. We got this.
Podcast should have a theme song. Podcast should not have a theme song. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. They sound good. Yeah, but people are just going to skip past it.
You know what?
You're right. We got this.
Mark, the march towards your wedding continues?
Yes, it does, my friend. We are in the thick of planning. Who knew that it would happen this quickly? It happens fast. You did? Does it always? Does it? Because I thought you don't get like you don't get like a question moon. Take like a month. You ask the question, you take like a month and be like, wasn't that a great question? You said yes to it. Now we get to bask in that.
It's up to the couple.
Yeah.
If Annie is a planner, then and she likes to be prepared.
Yeah.
I'm offering, the audience doesn't know her.
Thank goodness she is.
When your partner is a planner, then you get on things like, I want to make sure everything's set up so we can get her done.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank goodness for her doing it, and doing it early. You've flown with me before.
Uh-huh.
If our wedding date was May 1st, it would be April 30th. It'd be like, we should probably get a venue.
Yeah.
Who's open tomorrow?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, no, but we're in the thick of it. We're looking at places right now. We're trying to figure out all of the different questions that you have to answer when you have a wedding. Some open-ended, some binary, some trinary, whatever version of questions a wedding has all of them. Yes. And we have all of them. So I figured what better place than on We Got This to figure it out. So like I joked last week, I told Annie that this run of the series will be We Got This, Annie, with Mark and Hal, which terrified her to no end.
I'm sure it did.
But today's question is a big one. Band or DJ?
Yes, this was submitted by Niblick3 as part of KT Geek's thread of wedding topics. There are a lot in there. We could maybe knock a bunch of them out as we get a little closer. We'll see as the planning goes, what is relevant and what is not. But this one in particular is like a big question because we've both been to weddings with bands and been to weddings with DJs as well. And they have very different vibes from one another.
Yeah. What's your gut reaction when you say DJ versus, I'll put it this way. When I say wedding DJ versus wedding band, give me one adjective that you'd use for each of those.
For band, I would say classy. Mm-hmm. And for DJ, I would say fun.
Yeah. Yeah. It does feel like that's a big part of the divide between the two. Like you said, we've both been to great weddings with both elements. Some weddings that had hybrid versions, which we can talk about the hybrid as well. Usually it would be like a small ensemble for the ceremony and then a DJ for the party after. I don't know that I've ever seen a DJ spinning tracks during the ceremony and then the live band afterwards, but I'm sure it happens.
I think sometimes the processional and the recessional can be played. They can be pre-recorded tracks. You don't need a live musician there for that. You can have one.
Let me ask you this then.
Yeah.
The first question then, if it's wedding band or wedding DJ, I think that's the entirety of the first question. Wedding band or DJ? And it's a yes or no question. Because the third choice is playlist.
You know, that is sort of what we had for our wedding. We didn't do a band. We talked to a couple of DJs, but felt like there was one DJ we met with who was like, first thing I got to tell you is that the reception will be my show. Like, I'm going to be in charge. I'm going to decide everything. And I think Jennifer and I walked out of that going like, this is not for us.
Yeah.
Neither of us is looking to relinquish that control. So I wound up putting together this huge playlist and we had somebody come to play it. I had all the music. I think digitally at the time. I don't think it was on CDs. This was 2007 wedding. So it would have been digital at the time. And I put together like playlists, like here's what you play during eating. Here's the dancing music. Here's our first dance. Like all of that stuff. I spent hours building that playlist out. So in that way, you can have the music you want. Like a DJ, nobody's going to be crossfading songs and beat matching and doing all that fun stuff. Right. And a DJ can do that. But if there are songs that you absolutely want to hear, you don't have to make requests. You can just program whatever you want. And I think the advantage of a DJ over a band is that a DJ or a playlist, you're listening to the original. If you decide to do like jazz for cocktail hour and then hard rock or 90s rap to get people up and dancing, like whatever it is, you can do that. And it sounds completely different. It doesn't sound like the same band just covering different things.
Yeah.
They're great bands that sound fantastic, but ultimately it is the band. They're not impersonating. They're doing their version of whatever the song is.
Yeah. And that does give a through line to the party. It gives the party, there's a uniformity to it. And the bigger the band, the fancier, I'm thinking of like a wedding with a string section or a horn section. And, some of these bands can be enormous. I've seen like a, 10-piece wedding band before.
Oh, sure.
And these are world-class musicians.
They're great.
A lot of great musicians. In fact, Hal, I made a little list.
Okay.
This is a list of performers who, in a previous job or in a previous job level and title, were wedding bands. Or were either formed as wedding bands or in wedding bands.
Okay.
I'll give you the list.
All right.
Going old school, Stevie Van Zandt, Barry Manilow, Meatloaf, all wedding singers. Originally a band. Can you tell me which band was originally called Kara's Flowers and was a wedding band? The whole band was a wedding band called Kara's Flowers.
Grateful Dead?
Until the lead singer got a whole bunch of tattoos and started sitting in a spinning chair talking to other potential famous singers.
I don't know. Aerosmith?
Maroon 5.
Maroon 5. Oh, the spinning chair.
Kara's Flowers, the spinning chair. Also from the jazz and R&B world, Quincy Jones, Kool and the Gang, and Gloria Gaynor all got their starts at weddings. Andrea Bocelli
Legends.
and Josh Groban began as wedding singers. The Bee Gees, early wedding singers. Yeah. Jessie J, Amy Winehouse, Bruno Mars, Ed Sheeran, John Legend, Sarah Bareilles, Haim, the sisters. They were a family wedding band. That was their whole thing before they became pop stars. Post Malone, Charlie Puth. So many legends. Because that's one benefit to a wedding band is you might be seeing the next big thing in a small environment. I think a wedding band makes it adds to the specialness of the occasion. It adds to this being an important thing that we're all coming together. There's live music for it. There is a meal. There's a feast. There's a concert. There's all of these different parts to it, which makes it also for many super prohibitively expensive.
Yes.
Average price for a DJ is $1,500. Average price for a band is $4,000.
Of course, there's more people to pay also.
Right. Yeah, I mean, look, we look on this show at subjective questions. We give the objective answers to subjective questions, and sometimes an objective answer involves numbers. And if you're just looking at numbers, a band knows 50 songs and costs $4,000. A DJ costs $1,500 and knows all of the songs.
Right. Has everything
the repertoire
digitally usually.
But how much is the specialness of a band? In what situation and does the specialness of having a band there and the classy, as you said, outweigh the much lower expense and much more versatile repertoire that a DJ brings?
I think it comes down to vibe.
Yeah.
What do you want your wedding to be? Would you rather have like a cool like jazz trio where they're just playing jazz? Like you want that. And they can play some stuff that people will dance to, but ultimately it's really about like the feeling of the affair. Or do you want like a bluegrass country type people who can play stuff that will get you moving? And some of that may be regional. It depends on your taste in music. But I also think it's the vibe. What is the vibe that you want it to be? Do you want it to have that live performance element? Do you want to have whatever song you want anytime delivered to you? That's more of a DJ. Or to me, like the DJ serves two functions, right? One thing they can do that a person with just a bunch of songs on an MP3 player or their phone or a computer cannot do is like that beat matching.
Yeah, keep the party
going on this run of songs where people go, oh, it's so crazy. It is a skill.
Absolutely.
It is not just pressing play. And the people who are really good at it, it's really impressive to watch them work. I am old enough, and I've always been this old, even as a child, where I'm like, this is loud. When does this run of songs end? It's very impressive, but please stop. I'm trying to eat. Another thing that they provide is generally they will host the event for you. They'll go, okay, it's this time. It's time to get the We've got our speeches, get our best man and maid/matron of honor, the father of the bride, the mother of the groom, like whoever is coming up to give a speech. That's their time to do that. That's the DJ's job to go, all right, now we're going to do the cake cutting. I'm going to get your attention, bring you over here. You don't have to worry about it because somebody's got to do that.
I mean, but would the front person of the wedding band also be serving that function?
Usually, yes. Yeah. They'll be doing that as well. But I'm saying a DJ over just a playlist. DJ is more cost effective. You have that library of music, but what they do, I'm comparing a DJ to just a playlist.
Right.
Not a DJ to a band.
And in that regard,
will have to do that MC work as well.
Sure. If we're going DJ versus playlist right now, I think DJ, there's a lot of benefits to having the DJ. You get that host, you get the seamless music. What you also get in that you don't get in a playlist is an ability to read the room. I mean, I guess you could on the fly switch songs around and move things around on a playlist, but a DJ is going to be able to sense where things are going. Oh, this is a lull. Do we want to take a little breather? Do we want to pick things back up? Let me see how the crowd's feeling. Oh, it sounds like they want to dance a little more. Great. This next one, I'm going to kick it up a notch. So like that sort of reading the room vibe. I wouldn't go so far as to say, as that one DJ did, this is my show. Because it's always about the couple. That's the advice we keep getting, and the 100%. Thing that we keep knowing and keep trying to hold on to is it's about the couple and what they want. So if somebody says, this is my show and I'm going to do what I want. Okay. There's a world in which that's the case. I think a band is going to do that by its very nature. A band is going to have a set list or a repertoire that they play, that they're comfortable doing, a vibe that they are going to set. Like, this music, unless you have a really good keyboardist with a whole bunch of different digital sounds in there, this sound is going to be this sound for the night. So they are setting a lot more of that. I guess it kind of begs the question to me then, aside from what do you want your vibe to be? And we can talk about the different vibes that they each lay in a second. But before that, it's you and I both fancy ourselves artists.
Sure.
Do you want to have control over... And the music at a wedding is an art. Do you want to have control over that art, or do you want to relinquish control of that art and enjoy someone else's artistry?
I would prefer that somebody professional come in, that we have a discussion of like, here's what we want. Mm-hmm. We want periods of quiet when people eat. That's like quieter music or no music. Well, music. You want a little maybe some jazz, and then
just awkward silence.
Yeah, you're going to have, I think you'll have this with whoever is providing music. You'll have a do playlist and a do not playlist. Like some people hate having YMCA in there, or they hate having Cupid Shuffle, or they have to have the Cupid Shuffle. I have to have shout. Other people go, I hate shout. I don't want to hear shout. I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
So you still ultimately have some control, and hopefully you're working with someone who is like, great, okay, this is your do not play. This is your must play. Awesome. We'll do all that. Are there things around the evening that you want or don't want? And those are decisions you have to make as well. But a professional will take care of that for you. It's easy. Like, you shouldn't have to. The only thing you should really have to think about the day of your wedding is getting married and enjoying everything else. That's the ideal. That's what you're shooting for. So having someone, or a group of people to take. Like, you don't have to worry about the music. It's handled because we have this band, or we have this DJ, or Uncle Bob's on the playlist for you.
Do not put Uncle Bob on the playlist. He has some questionable choices.
He only wants to play Benny Bell's Shaving Cream over and over again.
He keeps busting out that Halloween spooky sound effects CD.
Oh. Everybody enjoy your dinner. It's being served.
Oh, that means it's time for the couple's first dance.
And then all of a sudden gets on the, I was working at the wedding late one night, and my eyes beheld in the eerie sight.
Oh, Hal, for the first dance. I mean, it really does open up. It does open up a world of wonders. You're going to be able to turn to a DJ and say, what Dr. Demento do you have for our first dance? You're not going to really be able to turn to a band and be like, hey, do you guys know anything off of the album Monty Python Sings?
Do you think you could play Star Trekkin' for our first dance?
on the Starship Enterprise under Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk.
Oh, man, I would love to just blow some minds with an all Dr. Demento mega mix as our first, like, start with something slow, like, I don't know, Arms of the Angels, or no, that's the Sarah McLachlan, Dogs and Shelters song. That's not that one. Something else that's slow and sweet. But then, boy, it just kicks right into fish heads, roly-poly fish heads.
Everybody, welcome. Mark and his mother are going to have their dance together. Does your chewing gum lose its flavor on the bedpost overnight? Any parents say don't swallow it, you chew it just in spite. You put it on your tonsil. Can you heave it left and right?
So perfect. My buddy, John Quinn, at his wedding had one of my favorite moments of entertainment. His best man, PJ, gets up and he says, we all know that John is a lifelong Indigo Girls fan. He said, I tried so hard to get the Indigo Girls here to come and do a cameo at your wedding. But alas, they were on tour and couldn't come. So I couldn't get the Indigo Girls, but I did get the Blue Men, and Blue Man Group came out and did that Tube song. And then they did like another song with a bunch of people started like popping up all out in the, very like Love Actually. Somebody throws off their shawl and there's a trombone under it. One of those kind of moments. Beautiful moment. And then, it ended with a pre-cameo video shout out from the actual Indigo Girls, which was very cool. But to see as wedding entertainment goes, it also brings me to another point. If you've got a band that does a thing that isn't wedding, like as a genre of music, what my brother says aside, my brother who once told me that he realized that his favorite genre of music was wedding and his favorite cuisine was paper-lined basket. Like, you know what? You're not wrong. Listening to YMCA while eating mozzarella sticks does sound fantastic to me. But now I'm thinking about that and I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, that you might wind up with a band that plays a niche sound that you don't necessarily want to have going for the entirety of a party. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Though I think most wedding bands are going to have a repertoire that's big and deep. And working in theme parks, I know enough musicians who have one of those brains or an iPad that they just open it up and they can sight read whatever song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going to make Furman and Dinerstein do it?
Yeah, we're going to make Furman and Dinerstein be our wedding band. One of the venues we've looked at just has in the venue a full drum set and piano in one corner.
That's cool.
And so they were like, okay, well, maybe we'll get a DJ and then we have a bunch of musicians here. Like, hey, you want to hop up and play a song? Sure.
What if you had a band that's just drums, saxophone, and vibraphone, and all they know is the Pink Panther theme?
Oh, man. Could you imagine all of the subterfuge and espionage happening when everybody gets that music into their bones and is suddenly like taking little spy camera pictures of the food tables, and suddenly we're all
Everybody, please have your attention for the first time as husband and wife.
Then we just strut down the aisle.
Mark and Eddie.
Look, man, if we're going to do a Henry Mancini wedding, I would do way more songs than that. What's it? The Elephant Walk? The or Hatari? Oh, yeah, I would rock a whole wedding of just Henry Mancini. All right. What is one musician that you think would be hilarious to listen to for the entirety of a wedding? For them to be your wedding entertainment?
Captain Beefheart.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
What about you?
I think to do the whole wedding, the Benedictine monks of Santo Domingo de Silos, who released that Chant album. Could you imagine?
Well, while we're thinking about that and the possibility, the very real possibility that some version of either of those acts could show up at Mark and Annie's wedding, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we will decide for you between a band and a DJ or maybe a playlist. It's still out there. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Amber Nash, the voice of Pam Poovey on the groundbreaking FX animated comedy Archer. Remember Archer? I sure don't. That's why I started Rephrasing, an Archer rewatch podcast on MaximumFun.org. Join me and a bevy of special guests as we discuss every episode of Archer starting from the very beginning. Archer executive producer Casey Willis and editor Christian Danley will provide insight and fun and help me remember everything I've forgotten about Archer, which is a lot. So join me on Rephrasing, an Archer rewatch podcast on MaximumFun.org, because I can't wait to watch Archer again for the very first time.
The wizards answer 8 by 8. The conclaves call to demonstrate their arcane gift, their single spell. They number 64 until a conflagration. 63 and 62 they soon shall be, as one by one the wizards die, till one remains to reign on high.
Join us for Taz Royale, an Oops All Wizards Battle Royale season of the Adventure Zone, every other Thursday on MaximumFun.org or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hal, do you think that the band is of a bygone era?
I think that you don't see wedding bands as much, but I think they're still out there. I think DJs can do a lot. And because DJing has become such an art, it's way more than it appeared to be when we were children. And like, it would just be a bunch of records, or tapes or CDs, and they would cue stuff up. Now it's like you're getting a professional DJ who might be mixing their own beats, who works clubs. Like, we're at a different era for DJing as an art.
Yeah.
Like, it's recognized a lot more for what it is. So it's a lot more present in the media that you consume, as seeing these DJs doing their thing and like having parody accounts or comedy accounts online where they're building a following for themselves. Like, your POV, you're at a wedding and the bride and groom love Star Wars, and you hear them mix in like the Imperial March over Work It or whatever.
I'm going to ask for so much Alan Menken and Lin-Manuel squeezed into just the middle of whatever song is playing. Like, we could play Whitney Houston, or we could play the opening number to Moulin Rouge, which has at least one Whitney Houston song in it and 100 other songs.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess part of me is lamenting, like, it seems like on the surface, a wedding DJ makes a lot more sense, because you've got the ability to play any song. Like, again, I go back to the quantifiable. You've got an endless repertoire, and you've got a fraction of the cost of a band. But as an artist, am I part of the problem if I go, oh, well, there is a solution to the there's no music at this wedding problem that used to always be filled by live musicians. And now, thanks to digital music and the fact that we've got all these recordings of songs that we're not going to pay to hear, we are publicly playing these songs that none of these musicians are getting any cut of. I feel a little guilty having recorded music.
I see.
You know what I mean? But then again, it's 2025 and this wedding will happen in 2026.
Yeah.
So it's, you know.
Do you feel $4,000 guilty?
Hal, there's very few things I feel $4,000 guilty about.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess that, yeah, part of me just thinks that as an artist, I should be hiring artists in my life at any opportunity that I get. And is this one of the few opportunities in life that you have to hire artists?
Potentially. But ultimately, planning your wedding should not be about an obligation that you feel to anyone.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's not you're hiring a band for your wedding for the sake of it's not going to save the wedding band as a concept. I don't think wedding bands are going anywhere. I think there are always going to be people who want bands at their wedding.
Yeah, I feel like those are the weddings with the bands are usually the weddings that are in the paper.
Yeah, those people. Yeah, you get like those orchestras. So we had an orchestra at my bar mitzvah.
Oh, yeah?
I wanted a DJ so I could hear recordings of stuff, but we had arcade machines. So I was desperately trying to get away from all the tables and go play Space Harrier rather than do anything else.
Yeah, I get it.
At my computers themed bar mitzvah at Temple Zion.
Computers themed.
Yeah.
Did you just have that one Disney song about the computer from when Epcot first opened on a loop? Or did you ask the orchestra to just play it on a loop over and over
I
again?
asked them to just play it.
Yeah.
No, they played like classic, like I'm trying to remember what stuff they played. But they were good. And
Yeah.
they played Hava Nagila. I remember that.
There is something old school wedding about a wedding band. You know what I mean? I go back to that movie, The Wedding Singer. I loved The Wedding Singer. The wedding band is great.
Takes place in the past.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Even when it was released.
Yeah. Well,
It's
and now
throwback.
too with, music is digital. You don't have to bring a big crate full of records. You don't have to dust off Hava Nagila if you're playing a bar mitzvah. You just go online and download whatever version of it you want.
Yeah, you do bring like a turntable mixing station with you. So there is like a lot of gear involved. But a band too, like if there's a good wedding band, have you looked at wedding expos?
No.
You got to go to a wedding expo.
Oh, yeah?
You got to go to one.
Okay.
Find one. I'm sure there's one somewhere around LA.
I'm going to write this down. How
go
often
to
do
a
they
wedding
happen?
Expo. I would bet, I'm going to look right now. Wedding Expo. I'm going to look it up right now. There's one at the convention center.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Is it just like, it's like going to any con, but instead of getting, fan art, I'm getting wedding stuff?
It's a trade show for so you'll see like bands, you'll see decorators, you'll see caterers, you'll see cake makers, anything you can think of, DJs, hosts, other fun things. You want a photo booth, you want the turntable with the camera going around, anything you can think of are there. There's a great bridal expo in Redondo Beach on November 16th. It's happening pretty frequently is what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, then we'll go to one.
Yeah,
All right.
You gotta.
All right. Well, but we still have to figure this out, Hal.
Sure. What does Annie want?
We've talked mostly about getting a DJ. For me, I guess it's just the guilt of going, the practical choice is a DJ, but I love live music. I love seeing live shows. Why are you shaking your head?
Save your guilt for the guest list.
Yeah. Oh man. I told her, I was like, that's the thing that in my life I have dreaded as a people pleaser who is a floater between many different groups of friends.
Mm-hmm.
My wedding guest list has always been a thing that has stressed me out. Even in times I was single, my wedding guest list stressed me out.
Of course. Well, it's going to come down to, I'll keep mentioning it. It's like, how many people can you have?
Yeah.
Like, how many people is affordable?
Mm-hmm.
And then who are the most important people to be there?
Yeah.
It's going to start with family.
Yeah.
Your family, her family.
And then somebody
start
else's
with,
family, just like a random family.
Yeah, just a random family that you meet at the expo that you hit it off. Go, hey,
there's a wedding
why don't you come to
crashers
my
booth.
wedding?
They're like,
There's a
this is
wedding
what we
crashers
do.
booth.
We're great on a dance floor.
They come, they hang out, they party.
Look, you said it at the beginning. A band is classy. A band makes me think of the biggest weddings I have been to. The big, and you know what? Maybe it is when it comes down to this. The biggest, classiest weddings I've been to have all had bands. But in going with the adjective you used before, the most fun I've had on a dance floor at a wedding has been with a DJ.
Yeah. And bands can be fun.
Bands
and
are
DJs
very
can be
fun.
classy.
Oh, yeah.
So they can both fulfill the other. But I feel like a DJ, something about DJ, like, oh, there's going to be a party.
Yeah.
There's some party aspect of it. Maybe it's just having a DJ. If your conversation has been having a DJ, like you said it yourself, like Eddie, your conversations have revolved around having a DJ, but you feel guilty that you're not hiring a band.
That's a very small part of it. Honestly,
okay,
I do feel a little bit guilty for getting a DJ instead of a band when I know so many great musicians. But honestly, I am pulling at straws a little, trying to find ways in which a band is superior to a DJ, considering the price difference. If money's no object, have both. Have a band do a set for an hour and then have a DJ play. We haven't talked about the hybrid at all. I think that might be the best version is for us. You know, again, it's for the couple, but have like a cool music trio play before the service or the ceremony. We're not call it a service, ceremony. And then
a service.
And then, have a DJ play for the party.
Yeah, I think it's good. I have an idea for you that I'll tell you after we're done recording. That is a legitimate idea.
Okay.
That you all don't get to hear because it's private. But I think DJ is the way to go.
Yeah.
It feels right for the two of you.
Yeah. But this is for all people for all time. So we're killing the wedding band industry.
We're not. They'll still survive.
All right.
How often do people actually listen to us? Never.
You know what's funny?
In fact,
I assume that all people have been abiding by all of our rulings. I have.
No.
Have you not?
Huge underground network. I do, but I don't think they do. I think they go, okay, dopes, and then they just do whatever they're going to do.
This is earth-shattering news to me, Hal. When did we get on board the bounty? I did another podcast interview today with this woman, delightful woman named Diane from New Jersey, who said something that I can't get out of my head, that in her town, the country of Italy is a 2-syllable word.
Italy?
Yep.
Wait, what podcast were you on? Plug it.
Oh, it was, I guess I should. It's my friend Brandon Gibson, the podcast. He's a comedian, performer I've known for years and is moving into the motivational speech space and is getting into the public speaking realm. And this is sort of a outgrowth of that. So I went on there today to talk about life's pivots, which was really fun.
Wow. Well, if he needs other guests, I'm happy to do it.
Oh, good.
I don't know that he wants that, but
I bet he does. You're renowned podcaster Hal Lublin. Yeah, you're a raconteur de force. What were we talking about?
I think we're going to declare DJs the winner.
Yeah, I think. Oh, one more thing that I did think was funny. I was talking to a wedding DJ friend of mine about DJing the wedding, and he was like, you know what I love playing at weddings, what always kills is postmodern jukebox. And I was like, the idea of getting a big band for the wedding versus getting a DJ for the wedding who's going to be playing popular tunes, but in the style of a big band that would be playing a wedding.
So you can't afford postmodern jukebox. They're a touring band.
Oh, no. Yeah, no.
But yes,
I love postmodern jukebox. Yeah.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah, they're really fun.
So good.
And that's the thing. I love postmodern jukebox. You love postmodern jukebox.
I do.
I love Teddy Swims. I love Alan Menken and Lin-Manuel Miranda. Yeah. That is not the repertoire of any band. You know what I mean?
No, by and large.
There's not a lot of bands out there who are going to have the collection of niche that at least we'll want for our wedding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you might be a little too old.
That any couple would want, or that any whatever combo is getting married would want for their party. It's the ability to have the music that you want. Trust someone's artistry, but have as much say in it as you can.
Yeah, absolutely. People of the world, get a DJ asked and answered.
This topic is closed, but there are many more topics to discuss. So please reach out to us via email at wegotThisPodcast@gmail.com or
find us on the social media at We Got This Podcast, with the exception of Instagram, where we are at We Got This Show. We've also got a Facebook group, but the most important thing on that Facebook group is the pinned post to our Discord, bit.ly/WGT Discord. You can actually find the pinned post in that Facebook group, take you to Discord, where we get all of these great suggestions. Our community there is small and mighty, and it is very slowly growing. We'd love to speed that up. We need you to do it. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Look for at We Got This Podcast after the youtube.com, or just look up We Got This Podcast in the search bar. You know what the logo looks like, and you will find us there. All sorts of, not only every episode that we've ever done is up there, but also original video content from across the 10 plus years that we have been doing the show, with more on the way. So subscribe, get notified when we do stuff, including our live broadcasts. You will not regret it. Thank you to producer Ken Plume, researcher Kate McManus, graphic designer Uri Kelman, and QA engineer Jen Alba.
And thanks, of course, to our musicians, Jonathan Dinerstein and Mike Furman, for our score and theme song, respectively. And thanks to you, the people of the world, with whom we would love to crowd into a ballroom, stand around a little stage with some of the most talented musicians in the world playing a full set, and then a DJ crushing it for the rest of the night as we all dance our faces off and have a great time together. We always have a great time together. You're the reason we do this. Thank you for helping me with my wedding selfishly. I couldn't do it without you. We couldn't do this without you. We wouldn't do this without you. So to you, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
For Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin. And don't worry, everybody.
We got this.
We got this.
Maximum Fun,
a worker-owned network
of artist-owned shows supported
directly
by you.